time. I have a feeling that necromancer's outside, and I'm just trying to stay quiet.
It's a city home to one of the most loyal and passionate fan bases in football. And all the noise they're making is being captured by the Dome here at Ford Field in Detroit. Coming up, a highly anticipated contest between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Detroit Lions. Daniel Carlson ready to get us started, and we're off and running from Ford Field. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Goff taking right to the air. Hits him on the out route. And he'll get it up to the 44. Offense to the line fast.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 44-yard line.
First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he made a bid from midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. He gets 6 on that play. That is good for a Detroit first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Right, reels it in. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The game gets this down inside the 35. That play good for 17 and a first down.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
Good little whip there. Looks like about 6. Darian Porter in on the stop.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
They're going to give him the 24-yard line. He stopped a step short of that first down marker.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet. But if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd down run by Gibbs. There it is! Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. The first carry here for Ashton Genty. They're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. That's 16 on the pickup. That's a Vegas first down. One play in, Brock, and his drive is already in enemy territory.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
First down, and they go right back to it. Escapes the defender. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. He gets down inside the 35-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
First down. A gain of 16 yards. And the Las Vegas first down.
Play action. Here's Smith. That's complete to Bowers outright. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
He's on the move past the 15. And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders finish off their opening drive.
Touchdown.
Okay, you know what a run like that does? For everybody, for the play caller, for the O-lineman, for the offense, it just gives you confidence that you can call that run again and not expect a little jump. But go get explosive on the ground as well.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders start off well to tie things 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Jacob Sailors now to return it. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
At their own 21-yard line.
This is our last play of the quarter. We'll start on the ground with Gibbs. It'll be a quality gain on the run, and that also brings us to the end of this quarter. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They start with 2nd and 6. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. Throwing the out route complete. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
That's good. For the Lions, 1st down.
Here's Goff on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. He's going to be hauled down on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line.
8 more yards.
They pick up 14 yards on that one. And the Lions have a 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Gibbs. This one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send it backwards. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gets some more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Screen here for Gibbs. And he's going to be touched down right at the line, so no gain on the play.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down.
Rick, 180.
3rd and long for him here. Defender is there. He knocks it away, and that's going to force 4th down.
Such a big part of that breakup, Kate, or any breakup as a corner, is your positioning relative to the target. And really, your timing of it all. You can be in the right spot, but if you don't time it, that ball is still caught at this league. That corner played that one nearly perfectly.
On 4th down, Goff lasers this one deep down the middle. He's got it inside the 10. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal.
44 yards.
Not much scoring to this point as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Stick around. Some more from Ford Field on its way.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Defense still reeling from that last play. Now they're defending 1st and goal from the 3.
What's that?
Gibbs can't bypass that line. They stop him at the 3.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything you watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
And look at the footwork there. Touchdown. The Lions get some late points and the lead. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
The kick is blocked, and no good.
So after the missed extra point, he is still out there. He's going to put it back in play. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. And man, it's Dante Thornton Jr. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
You know, Kate, we'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, and sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. On first down, here's Smith. That's complete to the back, Ashton Genty. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. Tackle made at the 10, 1st and goal coming up.
Kate, I've probably seen a million balls thrown in my life, and maybe even more. From the time I was in high school all the way here to the pros, and over all these decades of watching guys throw it, and I'll tell you what, I never get tired of watching a laser like that.
Zone read, they'll give it to Genty. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. All right, timeout taken by the offense. 5 seconds left, and they can take some points into the locker room on this final play of the half. 8 yards to go as they get set on 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
The final throw before the break. He's going to score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders tie it just before halftime.
Touchdown, Raiders.
Knock this through, and they'll take a lead into the break. Right down the middle, it's good. And they'll take the lead.
14, Lions 13.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage as this one's away. Sailors now on the return. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go.
First play is going to be a give to Genty. And they'll take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now.
The cool thing about a drive starting to run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play whatever you want to do. But as for me, I'd like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
They go play action. Here's Smith. Has a man on target to Thornton. He has room past the 25. Still fighting forward. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Raiders grow the lead coming out of halftime.
Daniel Carlson on for the point after.
Carlson good on the extra point. And the Raiders grow their lead to 8.
Lions 13.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10.
180! Value 3, value 3. 4 now. Turbo set.
From the gun, Goff. Catch made left side by Laporta. And he's going to be touched down about 3 yards shy of the marker.
You get a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
Escapes the pocket. Goff has it knocked out. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. And this one, not surprisingly, brought a loss of yards as they had to scramble to even get that football back. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know, man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on 3rd.
20, DC, DC.
To the air on 3rd and long. That's complete to Sloan. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Offense in the hurry up here.
13 yards on the play. And the Lions
On first down, it's Goff. To the right and hauled in by Laporta. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Looking quickly here.
Pick up a 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Raiders' 42-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Goff. That's Laporta again. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. Working quickly here.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Lions.
Goff on 1st and 10. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
I'm not going to be surprised at all, Kate, if we see more of this. Just trying to find some answer, extend plays, be creative, try different things, because nothing really consistently has gone well for him today.
So still 10 to go on 2nd from the 33-yard line.
180.
They're going to throw again. Goff. Taken in by Williams outright. Running in the red zone. And he's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
From a great throw to a nice route catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
At the 12-yard line.
From the red zone on 1st. Brought in. And he's brought down after a short gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Looking for Sam Laporta with that one. And now it's 3rd down.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long. But finally, this defense has an answer.
180.
He motioned the tight end over. Goff on 3rd. And he's in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions start the 2nd half with some needed points. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted.
The attempt at the 2-point conversion is no good. That keeps the score. Raiders 21, Lions 19.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Trey Tucker to return it. Things going well so far. Past midfield, and he's got space. It's a foot race. Touchdown! They return the kick all the way to the house.
Touchdown.
Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
This one is up and good. And the Raiders push the lead to 2 scores now. What do you think, Brock? Can we get dueling kick return touchdowns, huh? Let's find out. The kick is away. Sailors now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
180! Super! Turbo!
Shotgun snap here to go. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Putting a receiver in motion. Goff trying again on 2nd and 10. And he's dropped. They got there for the sack, and that brings us to the end of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's Lions ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long.
180! Hey, 76!
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Absolutely fires this one right side. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force 4th down.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Desperation time here on 4th. He's loaded another one up. Into a crowd and intercepted. Jeremy Chin has got it. And the Raiders will be down inside the opposing 35 as they take over after that interception. So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34.
Hey, here we go, Sunday. Hey, here we go, hey.
Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with a penalty. Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage. Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5. Well, looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there. He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early. First and 10 now. Here's Smith. Throwing the out route complete. It's inside the 10. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders could lock away the win as they make it a 15-point game. So before we get an attempt, there's contact up front.